Donkey ready.
Clone ready.
Okay, just have that con up open and we're gonna start.
I was 2-2 tonight, isn't it? I am.
Yeah. Okay, so dragons, flight of 4 K50s, and we're gonna do a classic scout attack mix, task mix. So the blue is dragon 2-1 and 2-2 scout element, and red is dragon 2-3 and 2-4 attack element. And that's basically the general tasking, and within each section, we're gonna call it, there is a also light scout and heavy attack. So that's basically how we're gonna divide it for today. So the lead is taking mix of gun pods and Vickers, and wingman is taking S80s, KOM, and Vickers. And you can read through the responsibilities of scout element and then attacker element, and I'm not gonna read it. It's just general on how scout is developing the situation awareness, is facilitating the movement, and then he's pointing the targets and handing them over. While attack role is more focused on taking the proper firing position within the battle positions, and then acquisition and engagement of targets, and then relocating and re-engaging. So that's general. Okay, for today training, the scope by priority is first, ensure proper comms. So I need you all to confirm what you've received by utilizing at least your number. When we're gonna switch frequencies, I'm gonna call Dragon 2-1 check, and then everyone says 1, 2, 3 in respective order, so we know that everyone is on the frequency we just pushed, and that's VHF 2. On the black 3, VHF 1, we're gonna stick to that one communication network for entire flight. And I'll be back to frequencies later at the end of the briefing.
Do we shout out on the VHF frequency?
Yeah, when we're gonna switch between like that's for practice today, so I know and I have it confirmed that it's working. We're gonna switch to from ground to tower. I'm not expecting everyone to call it out, but from tower to control, and to the range control, we're gonna be switching, and we're gonna be confirming that we have switched on given frequency. That is facilitating the radio test at the frequency. So I'm sure that everyone is listening and all that stuff. Normally that happens. So comms, then holding pattern, we're gonna go back to it later. Then deconfliction within the holds, and visual identification. So that was pointed out by you guys at the after action review. We're gonna check the flares, how these work, and we're gonna introduce them into TDP if it's working properly. Then take care of your flight parameters, check engine parameters, and just take care of that. You're flying basically as straight as you can, and don't hesitate to call out that someone's braking. Should work on the flight parameters, because that's training. Nobody's taking this personal. Just take it as an improvement notice. Okay, so on the second priority, that will be more of a tactical side of the training. So we're gonna practice a short bounding overwatch, then we're gonna practice the holding area battle position matrix, and then from that we're gonna employ hovering fires if we'll do that, and then we're gonna go dynamic from the battle position north. We're gonna go through attack by fire position and facilitate the let's call it a deliberate attack on enemy location in Argo. And this will include low levels with countermeasures and proper break off and breaking contact and all that. And then the very least is CAS procedure target TOCOM via sensors and visuals. So this is the last. You have reads and reviews listed out. You can always refer to that. Feel more than welcome to do so, especially that you know these publications. I saw them on the forum some time ago. And then actions per phase. Phase 1 is obviously takeoff and movement, not to forward assembly area as it was last time. This is a holding area 1, so there's an error in the CONOP. I mean the mistake in the CONOP. Then we're gonna reconstitute as a flight. Inside that holding area 1, we're gonna fence in and start our training with holding patterns and basically doing a little of that holding area battle position transitions, where one element will go out of holding area, will reconnaissance the battle position, and then call it clear or safe, and then the attack team will enter and assume firing positions. And this will take place in very short distances, so it will be quick and will facilitate multiple repetitions. Then that's about phase 2 basically. So we're gonna enter the rose yellow in the phase 2 and do all that I just said in that rose yellow. Then for this, guidance is the communication, flight parameters, deconflictions, and following the restrictions. So I need you to fly accordingly to what is listed out as a area for every sort of area. So having holding area, I want you to stick inside that holding area. And if you have the battle position, stick inside that the battle position. If you want to leave it, just call for a request for leaving battle position, then you'll be approved, no worries, and you'll be granted freedom of maneuver at that time. For phase 3, if we will succeed with the phase 2 within today's sortie, then we're gonna exit from rose yellow, deactivate it, and fly through waypoint 3, that big mast out there, and proceed into the valley to the holding area 3. The holding area from last mission that was utilized with the package. We're gonna work offensive sensors as we approach the holding area, so everyone will scan with the sensors for the holding area to check it and confirm it's safe, and then that's actually the team, the red section. That will be on you to introduce us into that holding area number 3. So you'll be flying first with the time buffer of about 3 minutes. You'll do that recon no closer than 2 miles out, and you'll continue to overwatch blue as it enters into the stack, and red lead will have the call on where to stack us up. Either you're gonna enter there very high, like 500 feet and above, and you're gonna place us 200 feet and below. That's all on a red lead.
And we're always talking about above ground level when talking about these levels, right?
Yeah, I think it's better to stick to the AGL basically.
Yeah, but if we're flying with there's the tide there, so when we go to mountain sides, we have to go high or and low.
Yeah, that's the mountains area is tricky, and we need to adjust as we are there. That's the holding area 3. You know it. It's very cramped space, and we have to be careful, slow down speeds, and all that. Basically, for that phase, guidance is communication and deconfliction, and then phase 4 is break contacts, exercise bounding, overwatch on egress if we'll do, and then just egress from the action area. So page 2. That's all about the rose yellow, the phase number 2. So holding area 1 action is that blue. That means me and Karen will recon and go with the security check on the ingress.
Can you explain what that is? How do you do that? Is that the 2 miles out scanning with sensors? Is that the recon and the security check, or is it?
Yeah, because when you enter the area that you want to haul and loiter around, you need to confirm whether it's safe.
And how much time do you use, and how precise are you going to be? How much time do you spend? How much power do you spend on recon in an area? I mean, you could do that for 10 minutes or 5 minutes or 20 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. You can do it as long as you're feeling the need, basically. But today we're gonna do it as we fly. So on flight, we're gonna enter the holding area, make a circle or two, and confirm it's safe. It's
Roger.
safe, obviously, but that's just running through the how things work. And normally, you would confirm that the whole holding area is clear and secure, and then approve the attack element to enter and join the stack in the hold with you.
Roger. And that's 2 miles out. We were all watching while the second.
That wasn't. That's not. Don't treat it as a TTP. I just called it out today to facilitate the timings, because 2 miles out is not the maximum range of effective sensor sweep. So if you feel that you're able to start doing the recon further out, don't hesitate. Do it. But minimum is 2 nautical miles out of holding area today. Okay.
Roger.
Yeah. So we're doing the recon. We're gonna enter to the left-hand wheel, or we're gonna practice the opposing direction wheel. We'll see. We'll talk through it with Karen, and then we'll cover red as you guys are entering the hold, and you'll be flying from the ground below us up to like 200 feet, and then I'll fly a little higher just to facilitate that 100-meter spacing between us, if in case we'll have hard times keeping the parameters. Then, as we establish in hold, we'll be communicating, deconflicting, and all that. We'll start moving into the rose yellow, and upon every holding area, we'll do the recon, like quick recon confirmation of safety, and then we'll introduce the attacking or just basically the other team to move in. So nothing happens on flight; it all happens on comms. Okay. And then from the holding area 2, we'll be distributed to the battle positions, and at the battle positions we'll assume firing positions, and we'll do the offensive sensor sweep at least. And this was basically planned for CAS training, but I'm not gonna insist on that. Maybe I will hand over one target, or just simulate the combat action from the battle position, and then withdraw from the battle position and just return holding area. Upon every return to holding area, the role will switch. If at the entry the blue was reconnaissance element and red was attacking element, then on the re-entry the red will be doing the recon and blue will be entering as a attack element. So we're gonna switch the roles from time to time, and time after time, and then it will facilitate the repetitions, so you guys get used to that.
One question: the arrows, which are all at these battle positions, is that the sweep area? Is that where we're facing when we're in that battle position?
Yeah, I've put the red arrows to point out the sectors and then basically the areas of interest out there. There's a village upon every sector, so.
But there's no hill or anything. It's just like a fictitious battle position, right? There's not a definite place.
Yeah, it's just flat and good for maneuvering and for manoeuvres flying and all that. We're gonna.
Okay.
Yeah, just act as combat as you can.
Roger.
Question.
Yeah.
What does the wingman do when the leader does the recon? I mean, for example, the wingman stay in combat spread with a certain at a certain distance, just covering, or is more active? He scans as well.
So it really depends on how we're gonna solve it. We can either go both offensive sensors and both are then responsible for security, but if we're heavy on comms and all that, then I expect wingman to take over local security and cover, while I'll do the recon and do the comms. Or I tell you go recon, I go security, then I'm handling comms and security, and then you're doing the recon and looking through the area if there's no enemy that you can confirm, or threats that you can confirm, and then you call it the effects on the sweep.
So as a rule of thumb, this is not specified. The leader does the recon, the wingman scans. Covers.
Yeah, it's I'm against specifying all these, because these go as it flows. Basically if you feel that you're busy and the other one is not busy, he can take over the heavier task and you can continue with what you're doing. Well, for example, having me on comms with Air Mission Commander and AWACS at the time, I would expect my wingman to go with the recon, and I'll be looking around to provide the local security. So that's how things work. But normally, the leader is responsible for recon, and the wingman is responsible for cover as he goes from behind, so he can call out. It's like flying shooter cover. So you're going with the action, and the other one is going. The one that follows goes with the cover.
Okay, thanks.
Then we go to the slide number 3. That's the phase 3 also. So here we're gonna handle as it's written in the holding area 3 actions. The red will conduct recon and will provide us with the entry, and then blue will be first to depart to the south along western river leg, just directly south. We'll do the recon of both battle positions and confirm they're safe, and then the red will move into best picked battle position to engage on Argo. And then I've divided these battle positions with possibilities that we can take. So from the north, we'll not be able to see the Argo, we'll just be able to observe the road that goes from the Argo to the north. But from that battle position, we'll exit to the west and then turn south to attack by fire position, and we'll engage targets from the running fire, low level strike, and we'll have the limit of advance on that river where the bridge is. We cannot cross it further to the south, we're gonna have to bug out like with the egress to the west. So that's action from the north, but from the battle position south, we'll facilitating the hovering fire. So just classic engagement from battle position, where you assume the firing position should relocate, bounding over Watch Napoverd all the time. Then we have Argo Village, enemy motorized infantry company has occupied, and armor inside, infantry inside, buildings will be simulated with the infantry inside, and we're tasked with the deliberate attack on this settlement. And NFA is no roll, that's basically the storage. Then you have page 4 with the waypoints. I'm not gonna go through it. And then page 5, you can see that we have contingencies pretty similar to the last time. So the first contingency is that in holding area there is an enemy that we need to neutralize and clear out. Then the second contingency plan is that enemy resistance in Argo is too heavy and we have to suppress on egress and basically exit, quit the fight. And then the third is that enemy fighters might go through the cap and we have to egress and just proceed directly waypoint 8 for safety. Then the mission signals are the same as per the last action. So thunder, that provides the leaving of current hold. Then the rainbow means Argo is cleared. And then rain means that we're breaking the contact with the enemy. Then takeoff. We're taking off in 3-minute split. So blue will take off first from the taxi south ahead of us. We're gonna turn directly south to the exit south, and we're gonna continue to the hold 1. We're gonna open up and activate the RAWs, and we're gonna confirm the safety in the holding area. We'll establish the first hold. We'll introduce red into the hold, and the landing will be also direct as last time, so approach from this exit, from the UGKO south, we'll approach directly on the the taxi south, and we'll just land direct on the taxi. Yeah, we'll try to stick to that below 200 kilometer per hour speed today to not have any engine warning signs. And comms organizations is that we'll have VHF2. That means we're gonna first switch the control, and then we're gonna switch to range control, and that will facilitate our comms with all the agencies, and then data link is on those. So that's clear. So this is data link and agencies. Now the VHF1, black 3, is between the teams, so blue and red communicates between, and we're gonna check the shortwave for internal comms in the battle position. So last time that was a problem to me that I've heard too much talking on the black 3, and I think that we were outside of the range of the shortwave. So if it works in short distances, then we try to facilitate the internal comms of each team on the shortwave. If not, then we gotta go back for black 3 for comms, and no worries on that. We're just checking the shortwave capabilities because I'm not very good. I haven't had a chance to check it. Then the last page, the subjects for training and consideration. So this is just, the discussion subject. I'm introducing like 2 examples of hold. The one on the left top corner is the wheel hold in stack. It doesn't have to have the stack. We can just follow trail and loiter around as we did last couple of times. But we can stack up and we'll have one team loitering above the other one and basically maintaining the bank of 15 and speed of 50 knots. That means about 90 to 100 kilometers per hour. And today we're gonna draw from the speed from the HUD. Don't look at the schval, we're gonna look at the HUD. Then on the top right corner there is a opposing direction hold. This is the one that facilitates basically the visual acquisition. So this might work. I want to check it today. It happens like we're going through the center of the holding area at that time. Lead says go, and lead is turning to the left with the 10-degree bank and speed of like 50 knots, and the wingman is turning right at the same time with the bank of half that the lead has, so 5 degrees. So this should extend the circle, and we'll see at the different locations. Both teams will try that, and we'll see how it goes, how it works, if the opposite direction hold actually is doing something that matters to us. If you like that idea. If not, we're gonna skip it and just hold with the stack and the wheel. Then the last thing is bounding overwatch, facilitated all the time in battle position. As you enter the battle position, this is the trigger point for you to begin bounding overwatch. And also have it in mind that it would be best to have the bounding overwatch as you approach holding areas and recon. So you have 2 elements in the bounding overwatch. The one is jumping and one is overwatching. The one that overwatches, he's scanning for threats, engages, and covers the one that jumps, and he also is responsible for picking up next location he's gonna jump to. So the jumping element is covering the distance for next firing position and will establish an hover call when transitioned to overwatch, just to confirm that the supporting element can now move.
Is
As
the jump
simple as that.
always ended with a hover, or can we just go with 2 speeds, like slow speed and fast speed?
Yes.
So that's also possible.
Yes, obviously. Be flexible. Adjust to the situations, guys.
How far, how long should be this jump should be?
I'd say in effective range of the cannon, at least. Like, if you're expected that if you want your wingman to cover you or your lead to cover you, you cannot exceed his effective gun range. So if it's like 1.5 kilometer for effective for 30 mic, then I would jump like no more than 500 meters just to give him a click ahead to engage whatever might pop up. So basically I'll be looking at like 500 meters jumps. But it also varies. Maybe you can sometimes do more, sometimes do less, depending on the situation in the area.
Com-wise instead, how does it work? Because I did some training with some former British military, and yeah, so I'm trying to reapply the same ideas. But with helicopters, how do you call when the other person can actually move? So you move to a certain position, you establish security, and then the other person can go, the other helicopter can go. But how do you tell them?
I guess we'll figure it out. I haven't flown that as we're gonna do it today. So I would say just go and cover, go cover. I'm covering go and all that.
Okay.
Just be, I think, just direct. If you're good with that, maybe we can have a code word on that, but I don't expect that it's necessary. Okay, that concludes the briefing. Now, I don't want to waste time on asking questions, but you guys know your role. Everyone knows what to load up and how you're gonna work. I think yes, because that's pretty simple for today. We're gonna, if you need something, just call break and ask for a repeat or whatever you need to do again, or we'll discuss. That's today's training for.
I'm thinking one question before we go. When we come to the holding points, the first one, let's say HA1, how far to that to the center are we in the holding? When do we start to turn? Like 1 kilometer from the center of the holding, where the holding pattern is?
Hold on.
How big is the radius? I mean,
Give me a sec. I have a phone call.
yeah.
Well, meanwhile, I'll be right back in a sec.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah. Question. When we, let's say we go from holding area 1 to holding area 2, and the first one who starts the hold at the holding area 2, when does he start to turn 1 kilometer out from the center of the circle?
Well, basically, I would either enter like that 1 kilometer radius or overfly the center and then start banking.
So it's 1 kilometer from the center and out, right?
Yeah, I guess we can do it like this, but for that opposing direction, we are supposed to pass over the center of the holding and then enter the opposing hold. So that's gonna work for the opposing hold. But if you want to enter the wheel, you can just do it as you're suitable. Basically, I think.
Okay.
Okay, guys. I think we're gonna jump down and start doing the work.
I got him.
Back.
Channel switched. Dragon 2 radio check.
2-3 Lima Charlie.
2 up there. Okay, Dragon 1, establish, push the ground frequency and you're clear to start the
Request
APUs.
rounding. Copy.
3.
2 here, say again please. 2 here, say again please.
Dragon, start APU.
2.
Dragon's cleared to start up.
2.
3. 4. Dragons push 134.1 and turn data links off on.
2.
3. 4.
Mr. 4-1, you're clear to line up and report ready on 1 sorry.
Clear line up and report when ready, Mr. 4.
Five helicopters today.
Kutaisi Tower, Misty 4-1, lined up, 08, ready for departure.
Mr. 4-1, Kutaisi, copy that departure instructions, depart via exit east, then as frag direct 3 Bravo at flight level 100. Clear takeoff, 1808, winds 090 at 8 knots.
Exit via east and direct range to Bravo, cleared for takeoff, Misty 4-1. One startup complete.
Watch the ground.
Kutaisi grounds, Jedi 4-1.
Jedi 4-1, go for ground.
Data complete. I'm
Java
still setting
to
up the
ship
PY.
Hornet, parked ramp north,
1.
Tango information, QNH 295,
Complete.
requesting taxi.
Jedi 4-1, correction on QNH 2959, I believe.
Oh, sorry, yeah, that's what I have.
And Jedi 4, your clear taxi November Alpha and hold short runway 08, you're number 1.
Taxi November Alpha, hold short, 08. Taxi ground, Dragon 2-1, 4 by K50s at ramp south starting up with Tango.
Ground. Mr. 41, Katesi, push control now, 1271.
Pushing control, Mr. 41.
Two ready.
3 ready. Dragon 1 speed with 2 and 3. 4, just 30 seconds. Copy, no worries, continue. Ground, Cobra 1-1.
Cobra 11, go for ground.
Cobra 1-1 is parked at K50 parked at ramp south with information Tango ready for taxi.
Cobra, say again, were you 2 ship?
Affirm,
4 ready. Cobra, and read back on the QNH.
QNH is 752. Dragon 1 has 4.
Cobra, Cobra 11,
And
clear taxi,
Dragon
semi.
Data link, holding area 1.
Clear taxi, ramp south, whiskey, hold short, Surrey.
Watch a ground.
Clear for taxi, runway 08.
Two data received.
3, data link received. 4 received. 1 copies. Data link, battle position Alpha.
Jedi 4,
Watch a
semi.
ground.
2-2 received.
3, data link received. 4, data link received. Data link, battle position Bravo.
Watch a ground.
2-2 data link received.
3, received. 4, received.
Jedi 4-1,
1 copies.
Ground.
And confirm you guys ready, taxi.
2-2 ready.
3 ready. 4 ready. 1 copy. We'll roll out on taxi south and have a direct egress, direct takeoff to the west, then turn immediately south.
Sorry, ground, this is Jedi.
Jedi 4-1, are you clear to copy your departure
Just one
instructions?
Sega last.
Yeah, ready, copy.
We'll taxi
Okay,
out
eastbound
on,
departure
taxi
via
south
exit
and,
east, then
exit
you're
direct
cleared
to the south.
direct MOA center, was it? And make it
set UV to
flight
6
level
code
250.
015.
Copy that, level 250, didn't prepare the waypoint. Can you give me a heading towards the exit east?
2 done.
3, what's that?
One-way heading
Countermeasure setting,
DME
315.
7.
Outstanding, thank you. DME 7 runway heading, and then we'll head south.
I
towards
can't hear you
the
because of
center
the other comms. It's too loud, Maya. Can you
Good
repeat
line up
the
and report
sequence?
ready.
Clear the lineup, report ready.
Roger, stand by.
Jedi 4-1.
Okay, set countermeasures 015 code for both dispensers, both sides.
015, roger.
Come on.
Ground Cobra 11 is holding short of runway 08.
Cobra 11, after the two Hornets have taken off, you're clear to line up runway 08.
Clear to run after the Hornet. Cobra 11. Ground Dragon 21.
Dragon 2-1, go for ground.
Departure intention is from taxi south, depart direct to the south, and 2 by 2 ships in 3-minute spacing.
Stand by, I'm looking at the Hornets without takeoff clearance.
I am very sorry, I apologize.
That's okay, unfortunately I don't have any traffic in the way. Dragon, yeah, no, you'll take off runway 08. You can taxi ramp south whiskey and hold short to 08 if you want. Right now you're number 2.
Confirm last comms for Dragon.
Hey from Dragon Freight, clear taxi, ramp south whiskey and hold short runway 08.
Negative, I request direct departure from the taxiway south and will depart to the west, immediately turn south.
Dragon, ground, stand by.
Dragon. Ground, Cobra 11 is on the active, ready for departure.
Cobra 11 ground, you are cleared. Take off runway 08 and proceed as freight.
Clear to take off, proceed as frac, Cobra 11.
Jelly 41, push control now, 1271.
1271 solo. Ground Dragon.
Dragon, stand by. Dragon 2, go for ground.
Dragon requesting direct departure from the taxiway south. We'll split in 2 by 2 ship in 3-minute spacing. Break. Departure intention is to take off to the west, immediately turn south for exit south.
Dragon 2, ground cop soldier, clear to line up for takeoff. I've got 2 other KA-50s in the pattern right now, so expect takeoff clearance shortly.
Dragon copy, taxi. Dragon 2, correction. Blue element, roll out and line up. And red on the red. Red lead you decide to meet the 3 minutes spacing between the flights taking off.
3.
2 copy.
One on brakes.
Two ready and on brakes.
One. Brad, this is Blue. In transition and cruise flight, fly between 180 and 200 speed.
180 and
Cobra
270.
1, KTC.
I say again, speed is from 180 up to 200.
From 180 to 200.
Cobra 1, push control now, 1271.
Control, please, second.
Red, be
Cobra
advised,
1,
of you
push
has mounted
control
the
now,
S18.
127.
I don't remember
Decimal.
it, that
100.
it was as frag though.
Copy control to 127.1.
Confirm location of SA-30.
The one on the right side.
I'm not familiar.
Dragon ground. I've got 2 of your airframes positioned for a downwind takeoff. Is that intentional?
Confirm, take off to the west, immediately turn south, brake. Then the second 2 ship will take off 3 minutes after.
Dragon 1, you're clear to take off. Wind is 090 at 8 knots. Report DME 4 and eastbound.
Dragon 2-1 cleared for takeoff.
Dragon 4, you have wrong rockets mounted. We need some S8s.
Sorry, say again?
Dragon 4 has wrong rockets.
2-2, hover check.
2, copy, over check.
One in the green.
2 in the green.
Rotate in 3.
Two rotating.
And check left.
2.
Sorry, we can't rock the... we need to put...
Just take the ones you have. I think we need to take off in 3 minutes, so we don't have time to change them. Use the ones you have on.
Copy that. 2-2, gear up, musher off, speed up, 200.
2 copy.
We're still on ground frequency, correct? 3.
Affirmative. Two go, echelon right.
2.
1 leveling, 200.
For hover check in 1 minute.
Two settled.
4 ready for hover.
4 ready.
Roger. Ground, second element of Dragonflight is taking off to the west. Hover check.
Ground, copies all, the pattern is clear.
Three in the green.
4 in the green.
Rotate.
Ground, Dragon 2-1 and Dragon 2-2 now passing UG Gale south at 500 feet.
Copy that, contact control 127.
1271 from control, Dragon 2-1. 2-2 switch 1271.
2 copy.
Musher off.
2 check left, stand by heading.
4 landing lights off. Go echelon left. Slow a bit down.
Two, 1, confirm frequency. I don't see you on the Abris anymore.
127.1. Control, Cobra 1-1, go ahead.
Cobra 1-1, push blue 3 now for Dark Star.
Say again, control?
Cobra 1-1, push blue 3 for Dark Star.
Cobra 1-1 pushing 2-3 for Dark Star. Dragon 1 check.
2.
4 in position. 3. Control, Dragon 2-1, radio check.
Dragon 2-1, Lima Charlie, standby.
2-1. It doesn't look like we're gonna do that opposite direction hover today with that mist.
Yeah, I agree.
4, turn left, 085. 4.
Dragon 2-1, go for control.
Dragon 2-1 is approaching Imi from the west, approximately 6 nautical miles out at 900 feet.
Control copies, proceed as well. Right.
Copy. Control Dragon 2-1, request activation of Ross Yellow.
Approved.
Dragon 2-1.
Push 127.1.
4, 127.1.
3 pushed.
One is approaching, holding area 1. 2-2, go offensive sensors. We'll now turn left hand, turn, go trail.
2, go trail.
Check left, bank 15 degrees.
2.
Dragon 2-1, this is Dragon 2-3. We are 4 miles out from holding area. Are we safe to proceed?
2 on standby. Still checking. Red, this is blue. Clear to proceed. Enter not above 300 feet.
Not about 300 feet, 2-3. Four, go trail.
4. Blue, slow down to 100, maintain 15 degree bank.
Four, slowing down. Entering circle 4.
Blue element will stay above 800 feet.
2-1, state your speed. What's the best speed? 100?
For hold, 100 speed.
3. Red is in the pattern.
Red, continue. It looks like 5 degree bank at 100 speed is even too much.
Say again last.
It looks like 100 speed and 5 degree bank is even too much. Bank like 2 degrees and it should establish a good wheel.
This is really hard.
Okay, we need to disregard the hot speed because it varies with the wind and we're gonna have to stick to the strahl speed. So look at the left top corner of the strahl and stick to that speed. Set it 100.
3. 4.
Control, 1 is 20 nautical miles out.
Red, blue, what is your altitude restriction?
Blue, correction, blue will remain above 800 up to 1100.
Roger that. 2-3.
Control, Bell 1 is 20 nautical miles out. What's up?
Okay, Dragon, speed up 150, 150.
3, 4.
Two, this is one. We're outside the hole. We're gonna push straight line, heading 100. Three pop flare.
Flare pop, visual.
Visual.
Visual. One pop flare. Visual.
One. Blue is spilling off, holding 2.
Red.
2, check left. Level. Two go, line abreast, advancing sensors.
Question, is the side up to me?
Good size of control, Hawk 3-2.
Second.
Hawk 3-2, go for control.
Right, we'll line abreast right.
Control, just advisory notice here. I've
Blue,
lost my
holding
flight
one.
lead, so I'm continuing as a single ship for now. I'm currently heading towards Samoa West, and for the tanker request, push to Docksta Sunrise.
Yeah, copy that. You're gonna need
Blue,
to clear the TMA first. Be advised, Texaco. Texaco, Yoruba 245 for 20 nautical 11,500.
3 from 2-4, you continue to...
Copy, bro.
And
4, say
Dragon 2-1 control.
You continue to... into the flare. 1.
4, can you repeat?
You continue flare.
Popping flare.
3, turn right and wheel, scan the eastern portion of the holding. I'll
Control 3-1
check the
control.
western.
Close 3. Control, okay, close 3-1.
Copy that. Positive radar contact. Be advised, we're reviewing traffic below you soon. On my scope, they're below 1,200
4, this is 3. Do you want me to pop another flare?
Copy, we're passing through 6,000 inbound,
Yes,
flight
the
level
flare,
100.
if you want.
Copy that. I also get negative on your squawk there, but I've got a positive squawk for Misty 4-1, so it's probably your settings.
Copy that, not sure why.
Are you flying
Hawk
on
3?
3?
Break,
Hawk
break.
3-2, go for control.
2.
Control,
get the right and
can you
scan
confirm I'm
the
cleared
eastern
for
portion
flight
of the
level
holding.
220?
Second last, too much.
Yeah, Hawk 3-2, you're cleared as frag.
Scan eastern portion of hold.
Just which tanker are you coming steering to?
I believe that's Texaco.
Dragon 3, stop the flow.
If
I was
you're
popping
in
all
a
the time.
Hornet, you don't want Texaco.
No, you continue in the floor. Okay, thank you. I spent them all.
Stand by, I have my MDC here.
Sorry.
Let me check.
Okay.
Which one is closest to me of Shell and Arco?
Two rejoin on 1 and red holding area 1, holding area 2 is clear, continue. Establish above 500.
Yeah, that's a good question. Maybe Dark Star
Red, do you want us
can
to come
figure it
to,
out. Push Dark
area
Star now
one?
on Blue 3.
Pushing
Red push holding
Dark
area
Star,
2 above
237.
Roger, going above 500. One, can you state your altitude?
Red below 300.
Below 300. 3.
I don't know how about you, but I find it uncomfortable flying high altitudes in holding area. I think we should go one level and trail for all formation.
I'm uncomfortable every time I'm not flying in up of the earth, to be honest.
Affirmative. Red, this is blue.
Control Claw 3-1.
3-1, go for control.
Control Claw 3-1, we're leaving your airspace to the southeast. Do you need us to push Dark Star?
One, do you want me again online abreast?
That's an A-frame.
Copy, pushing Dark Star, Claw 3-1.
Say again last.
Which formation do you want from me?
Now we're going trail. We're in a holding pattern.
2 going trail.
Red, go for blue. Red, go for blue.
Blue, I have nothing to say.
Okay, so I need you to approach below 300 feet and call me for flare, then join and trail all for ship.
Level 1 control, copy that. You can push
Red is going below
KTC
300
ground
and
now,
would you
1341.
pop a flare for me?
Flare.
Red is visual. Joining pattern.
And blue speed is 200, bank is 15 degrees. Okay guys, at this time we'll fence in, but leave the lights out, up. Don't turn the lights off.
Sorry, say again, have you called the fence in?
Hey firm, we are fencing in, leave the lights on, and master arm off, switch training mode.
2 fencing in, fuel is 1000.
3 fenced in, 1000.
4, trail 1000.
1 fence in, fuel 1100. Four, confirm location.
check.
Loud and clear.
Okay guys, this looks good. We need to stay over that forest to maintain the holding area, so we're gonna push a little deeper east into that wood block.
3.
Yeah, the way as it is now, so I can see you on my 9 o'clock is really good. I'm gonna level for a moment.
Okay, so you say that we are not going to do a long trail, but we're going to be offset so that we can see each other at 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock? 9 o'clock?
Yeah, that looks perfect.
Okay, Roger, slowing a little bit down. I've lost you on the Abris. Confirm Victor frequency 127.1.
Blue, check left 15 degree.
2.
One confirmed speed is 150 on Squall.
One speed is 205.
05, Roger.
Red, blue, have your visual.
Blue, red, visual.
Okay guys, this looks really solid now. So we're kinda getting there.
Yeah, there is much space for recovery as well in case something goes wrong.
Yeah.
Guys, stupid question, but 15 degrees, that's the first mark, right?
Affirmative.
3.
No stupid questions, guys. These are all good questions.
I was afraid to ask that one.
Hesitate. I don't know if I came through. Don't hesitate next time.
Roger, 3.
2 quick points at the moment. I've noticed that flying this pattern at higher altitude is quite more challenging, probably because of the wind. And the flight director, while loading this pattern, is great, so you should give it a try.
Say again on flight director.
I'm trying the flight director at the moment. I don't have to hold the trim buttons at all, and it works very well.
Okay, looks good. Yeah, this looks perfect. I'm looking at my 9 o'clock and I see 2 helicopters and they're in spread. That looks good.
Maybe we're increasing distance to you now, I don't know why that happens.
Give it a little left pedal.
3.
So I'm engaging the IP for the altitude as well now at the moment, and yeah, it's very smooth, it's very easy now.
So the AP is engaged even though we're in flight director mode, correct?
Is it dumping? Basically, instead of fighting against the APs, because the APs try to point the aircraft where in the last position where you have trimmed. So instead of fighting them, the dumping basically smooths everything down, and so basically flying becomes more smoother and faster and easier at the end of the day.
Yeah, and when you have it off or on now?
At the moment, everything's on.
Everything's on, okay. And
Say last.
Looks good to me too.
Yeah, basically I'm controlling the pattern by a bit of pedal or pointing up and down the nose, just because, you know, to change the speed, and that's it.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it works. Nice. Thanks, Karen.
But I can't see how anyone could be able to receive a CAS brief while doing this.
Right here, left. Lag, 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 lag. Right here, left.
Lag also.
Okay, like,
I'm lagging a lot, moving to the south.
Everyone is lagging.
okay. 4, increase the distance.
Three is heading north.
Yeah, I see people warping all over the place. It's not safe at all.
Go hover, guys.
2.
3.
4.
The ping looks normal now.
Should we wait a minute?
I don't see you warping on the Abris anymore. It looks pretty fine.
Okay, Dragons, rejoin on me. I'm heading 080 and my speed is Shkval 70.
3. 4. 4, go trail. 1, could you repeat the direction?
The heading is now 080, but I will turn 180, will start dropping this area. One popping flare.
Tuna Joy. 2 visual.
3, I see one helicopter, but I don't know who it is.
2 popping flare.
Okay, it was not 2, so it's 1. Visual on both. Four, are you with me?
Give me 1 second. Yes, visual.
2, you're on continuous flare.
2, thank you.
Okay, Dragons, set the countermeasures 115, so it will give you just 1 burst of flares.
2, yeah, I'm not used to the programs that actually go on forever.
One is entering hold 1. I will now go right hand turn to go trail, and red you establish in holding pattern as we just did. So each side of the circle, our 3 o'clock should see each other. Let's call it halfway. Shit, am I coming through? Let's call it halfway separation.
Second last.
I will call it a halfway separation.
One, can you state speed again? 3?
200.
200, 3.
4 in trail.
3.
Control, Dragon 2-1. Control, Dragon 2-1. Okay, Dragons climb 600 feet.
2.
3. 4.
Control, Dragon 2-1. Climb radius 5.
3. 4.
Okay, red, monitor speed up.
3.
Control, Dragon 2-1. Ready check. Control, Dragon 2-1.
Dragon to 1, they call 127.1.
Yeah, affirm. I'm calling that frequency and no answer. I'm above 1000 now. Control, Dragon 2-1. One is level at 330 meters and speed is 205.
We should discuss later which of the calls we should acknowledge. I mean, all of them. Or what?
One copy. Yeah, we're gonna switch blue 3 frequency For Darkstar, we'll see what Arctic comes with him. So push 2, correction, Blue 3, do you know what frequency?
237.0.
Affirm. Darkstar, Dragon 2-1, correction.
3 pushed.
Dragon 2-1, go for Darkstar.
Darkstar Dragon 2-1 now comes with control and request the activation of ROS yellow, then we will proceed for range 2 alpha.
Yeah, copy that. Controls monitoring 1271.
Affirm, I was hailing now comes with control.
Copy that. You're clear direct to Alpha this time.
Copy. Proceeding south.
I'm blind on you guys. Are we on 227 or 237?
237.
3 pushed. Okay, pattern is way off.
Darkstar Dragon 2-1, advise what frequency?
Well, if you're heading to Bravo, stay on Darkstar as you're gonna leave the team.
Copy, staying to Blue 3 and Dragon 2-1. Red, at this time, peel off, proceed through waypoint 3 and recon holding area 3. Break. We will proceed 3 minutes after.
Red is peeling off. What speed do you want us to proceed at?
You're in command of the element, and so you pick. Go tactical from now on.
Okay, we're gonna go fast 200 first, for the first leg.
Affirm.
I just got disconnected.
Confirm who?
Inigo.
Blue descent for counter flight.
Should we do a bounding Raycon all the way up to holding area 3?
Negative, just 2 miles ahead.
Right here. So we'll start the bounding stuff at 2 miles ahead of holding area 3.
Copy and try shortwave for internal.
3.
2, this is 1 on shortwave. I will now level for go deeper into holding.
2 on shortwave.
Or 1, go for Darkstar.
We took the wrong valley, so I'm turning left. 4.
041 Shell, Eurobra 305, 24 nautical, 24 thousand, flanking left.
No worries.
Southbound leg. 24,000.
To check left 15 degrees.
2, copy.
Catch 1 Dark Star, yeah. Is your wingman low level this time? Dark Star, copies all. Magic.
To prepare for peel off on this pass.
Jedi 4-1 shell, now you're brought to 5
Peeling up.
14 nautical, 24,000. He's still tracking south.
And descend 3 tops.
Hawk 3-2
Short wave internal, black 3 between red and blue.
Darkstar, Hawk 3-2, now complete that tanker.
I have you loud and clear.
Same, loud and clear.
2 degrees speed 200.
Darkstar, Hawk 3-2 is link to.
Okay, Dragons approved. Complete engine, lights off, master arm on, off, and turn off the training mode. To prepare for turn to the right in this valley. Two, we will later establish left hand hold 1 minute. Two, peel off and continue into the valley. have one wheel around waypoint 3. Left hand turn. Check left. And we're pretty well. Red blue is departing waypoint 3. To go loose, and we'll stay on both sides of the valley and go up as the sensors. Go loose. Offensive sensors, both sides of the valley.
Or do you see a tank?
Loose, you mean on your side?
Affirmative, you're free to maneuver behind me.
Copy.
You received my target?
3 data link received, yes. I think that's an artillery tank.
Yeah, exactly. Artillery and tank.
Red, this is blue. Red, blue.
Go for red.
This is friendly artillery, just be advised. Friendly artillery, no fires on that.
Roger that, friendly artillery, no fire.
Copy, no fire.
3 is scanning the area. 4, can you go to the hill on the other side of the valley and scan from that point?
Okay, copy. I move in the right side. Okay?
Roger, right side. If you can find a good spot to watch at this village, at this holding point, and red team will go in. Report when you have a good watch.
Copy. Welcome.
Blue, radio check.
Blue, have you loud and clear.
Lima Charlie here also.
We are 3 nautical miles out. We'll now loiter and hold for clearance to enter.
3, roger.
To go right side of the valley, and then we're gonna go left hand over this open area here.
Blue, I think it's much better to switch to barometric altitude settings. Do you agree?
Copy that, we can try it. Switch barometric.
Jedi Dark Star, copy sir.
Barometric 3.
Barometric 4.
4, are you in a good position?
Yeah, I am in a good position, but it's very hard in the tree, eh?
Yeah, you decide if you want to join me down here or you want to stay
Hawk
there.
3-1, go for Dark Star.
This is 3. Do you want to come down to me again, or do you want to stay there? What's better?
I try to stay here, just
Hawk
for
2-1,
5 minutes, and try to...
Dark Star identified, confirm
Roger
standard
that.
pressure set and switch is safe.
Blue, we are overwatching the holding area. You are clear to
Copy Hawk
proceed.
2-1, Hawk 3-2, you were brought to 4067 nautical, 33,000 hot.
Establish left, establish left holding pattern at altitude not above 4,400 feet.
Copy that, not about 4,400.
Red will establish above 4,600 feet after the pattern.
2 level, Kilo. One is going directly over the road now, passing you at 9 o'clock.
3.
Low.
3 visual.
Two go to the right side of the valley, and then we're gonna go left hand.
2 copy, I'm in the moment.
Copy, and I'm slowing down. 1, 2, 0.
Confirm QNH 752.
Affirm, 752. I have this setting.
Blue, report when established in pattern.
Copy. I don't know if it's wind or what, but I can't keep that freaking speed.
Yeah, same. It's kind of annoying, but yeah, we can.
Blue established.
Red. 4, we will now establish a pattern above 4,600 barometric feet I will go first. When you have visual on me, you join me.
Copy.
Three is leaving Overwatch. Four, are you visual on me? Three.
Copy visual.
Alright. Three is established in holding pattern approximately 4,800.
4,800.
One copy.
Waiting for four. Will report when established.
One.
Is there something wrong with the wind there, or what?
Affirmative. It wants us to watch us on the rock, I guess, on the mountainside.
Four, three is slowing down to 150 on the squall.
150.
Dragons, state fuel in order.
2 fuel is 529.
Three fuel is 600.
One is about 500 fuel. Okay, real time. Real time, what are your time restrictions now?
Second.
What are your real time, real world restrictions for time now?
Wi-Fi.
Got cut out, say again.
Well, Wi-Fi just arrived, so I don't really have much time.
Alright guys, so plan is now, let's get out of here for Farp London and refuel. Who needs to stay, stays at Farp London, and who wants to continue, continues, okay?
Three.
How long do you plan to carry on? Because it really sucks to miss the briefing.
I don't know, we can cut it half now, or we can continue for like about coming back
4
here,
for state 2.5.
then doing the battle position and landing back home or Farp London again. So it will be like 1 more hour.
Three is a bit mentally strained.
Copy. Now, guys, no problems. Who wants to stay, stays. If not, then I'm gonna have a early day off. Alright, we continue now 4-ship to the London, and we'll see en route. You guys just make your decisions, okay?
Hawk 3-1, go for dark side.
3, 4.
Hawk 3-1, copy that. Arco, Eurobroad
Blue level.
220,
We will continue
54
down
nautical,
south along the
18,000,
river,
flanking
and
right.
our altitude is 4,000. Red, rejoin.
Red will rejoin, but not visual right now.
Copy. Request flare, and then we are going trail.
Red visual. We are right above you.
My speed is 166. Continuing south.
3, 4.
Mr. 4-1, go for dark side.
Blue, I lost you in the trees. Pop up there.
It's 4-1, dark side. Copy that. Do you
Visual.
want to close the range? Is Cobra also finished?
One is speeding up, 180, and continue down valley.
Darkstar, copies all.
3,
Mr. 4-1, you can
4.
push control now, 1271.
Dragons, fence out.
2 fencing out, fuel is 474.
3 fenced out. Fuel is 500.
4 for 2 and 50.
Red is in trail.
1. Check right, 140.
3, 4. Are we on short wave or black 3?
Black 3.
3, 4.
Darkstar, this is Dragon, 2-1, ready to check.
Dragon 2-1, go for Darkstar.
The Dragon flight is now egressing from the area of operation to Fat London for refuel.
Dragon 2-1, Darkstar, copies all. The range 2 Bravo is closed now, so there's no other traffic.
Copy, confirm you want me to maintain this frequency or switch Fat London.
Remain listening watch on this frequency.
Copy. Will you play comms for Harp London?
That's a negative.
Copy.
Cobra 1-1, go for dark side. Cobra 1-1, dark star, copies all, entry south, your bearing 010. Continue, all navigation.
Backside Shadow 4-1.
Shadow 4-1, go.
Shadow 1 leaving MOA
Dragon
center
left.
and RTB at this time.
Second last.
Going left into the
Shadow
south.
4-1, dark star, copies all, MOA center's closed now, advisory shell, you are brought to 5045
right.
nautical at same altitude.
Copy on shell.
Hawk 3-1, dark star. Hawk 3-1, confirm you're tied now with Arca.
Check heading 180 along the river. Continue down south.
180, 3.
Negative. At this time it's 140. We'll continue down following the river.
Hawk 3-1, dark star, I didn't hear your response now. Confirm you're tied with Arca this time. Copy that, I'm showing you 1,000 feet above instead of below the tanker, but continue rejoin with Arca.
2, 3, got visual on you, making space for you.
Approved.
2, thank you. Just got visual on 1. Is rejoining formation.
3, 4.
Dragon's landing light measure on.
3, 4.
Speed 180. Wind is 090. We'll dead up 090. Under the wind. speed 150.
3. We're talking hot speed now, right?
Squall all time.
Squall 3.
Gear, slow down 120.
3.
4.
Cobra 1-1 dark star.
Copy. Slow down 100.
Cobra 1-1, push control now 1271.
Okay, slow down for hover.
3. 4.
Jedi 4-1 dark star.
Go for Jedi.
Jedi 4, push control now 1271.
Omständes on, så.
One in hover.
2 in hover.
Three hover.
4. Wheels down.
3.
1 on brakes. Dragons, refuel.
3 on brakes.
Request refueling. Request rounding. Copy.
So is everyone flying?
Okay guys, in order, 2, 3, 4, state your intentions.
No, I'm gonna go.
Karen, you gonna go?
Yeah, it's 20 past 9 here, so it's quite late.
Yeah, I'm leaving too then.
Okay, and 4.
I still have time if you wanna do like 15 minutes debriefing. But,
Copy. We're gonna shut down here and we'll go quick debrief.
yeah, well, if you wanna fly, fly. I mean, just do whatever you want.
Now, I'm gonna bail out too.
Alright, so are we shutting down?
Affirm Dragons. Dark Star, Dragon 2-1. Dark Star, Dragon 2-1. I'm gonna lift and communicate with Dark Star.
Shut down.
Last call sign for Dark Star, go again.
Dark Star, Dragon 2-1. We're changing intentions, break. Dragonflight will stay at Farp London and shut down for full stop here.
Dark Star, copy, all approved.
Dragon 2-1. This is 1, firm you're continuing. Okay, disregard.
See you in the briefing.
Copy.
Right, see you in the briefing.
1.
Thank you, Mr. 41. Have a nice evening.
Likewise.
Cross under echelon right.
That's kind of strange.
Yep.
Channel switched.
Hi.
Hey there.
Hello.
I streamed this session, Twitch. I think I got about 23 viewers. First time I'm streaming.
More than me.
But you are streaming secretly.
Ninja.
Tomorrow do you fly? No, sorry, tomorrow, Sunday.
Okay, guys.
Probably yes on Sunday. Yes.
Okay, copy.
Sorry not to be there on Sunday, but I'm restarting the university, so it's late evening for Sunday. Down, I would say.
So we're gonna review some TAC view or straight with the briefing?
Yeah, I'm turning it on, but I don't know if there's much.
Well, there's not much to see, to be honest, I think.
When we were shifting frequencies to Dark Star, I think I ended up going opposite in that in the pattern at same altitude.
Yeah, first of all, I'm sorry we didn't do much today because it's just flying. No, not much action. And it wasn't really tactical, and I was freaking hectic in command. So sorry for the late calls, sorry for I don't know, not having focused on proper things today. I was trying to maintain those freaking parameters and all that. But I think we came up with a good solution for holding, and that pays off, at least.
Yeah, it was awesome, I think.
Yeah, that looked as it's supposed to. Maybe just we can go combat spread and then have more spaces between each element, but I mean within each element. But besides to that, we also checked the comms, and I think it worked fine. Having shortwave, it left me with the VHF-1. If I needed to talk to Karen, then we had free hands on that. You were communicating well on that approach to holding area 3, and I think you did very well out there. I'm gonna review it through the what tag view, but it looked really good. Yeah, and I'm looking at those holdings.
Can someone post the tag view?
Yeah, can you post it, please?
It all looks in very better order than it was last time, so I think we're a step ahead with those holdings. I mean, it's still spirals, but not the wheel itself, but I keep forgetting on that twist, because I don't have paddles, I have twist joystick. So I keep forgetting on applying that rudder, and that makes go spiral. When I see the moments when I had it applied and it's circle, and then I forget it and we go spiral out somewhere. But besides that, it's not that wrong.
But
no,
the wind is also something that you need constantly to work against, huh?
Bloody annoying.
Yeah, at the holding area 3 it was one time I've almost ended up on the hillside. That's what Key was saying about that you need to really take care, look at the wind when when you're going into the mountains. But it all looks like flying around, but I had a lot stick time, good stick practice today. So I don't know, how do you feel about it? I feel it was worth not doing the cast and all that, but focusing on these holds. And Karen, what are your thoughts on how it was? I see it. You fly like you're glued with me, and I know I wasn't with the parameters all the time. I was changing speed and all that. So, how do you see it?
Well, first of all, it has been quite a good evening. I mean, I enjoyed it a lot. Although, I mean, no action is. I mean, I don't really bother. And yeah, flying was nice. I had a couple of issues, especially in the last part where we approached the FARP. Basically, you were right below me, you slowed down, I lost visual, so I broke out of the formation, just to be safe.
Yeah, I saw it, and it was like you went right-hand wheel just one time to re-establish contact with the formation, and I like it.
Yeah, in general, I try to fly even just with the left hand when I start with no liga pattern. I did some tests with the flight director. I will post the streaming later, so you can see actually. But yeah, it was pretty nice. And the change of speed are not a big deal, to be honest. I mean, we're not a car, you don't hit the brake and you stop immediately. So yeah, it's pretty nice. Been pretty good.
Okay, any remarks on something that should be improved or worked, or we should write down something that might be later put into a TTP?
Maybe the flares maybe are not really not useful, but I mean, we have the A-brace, we see each other. My idea of the flares was about MI8 or something else, some aircrafts that are not, they don't have an A-brace. But yeah, if it works, why not?
What I would do is just programming the UV26, the countermeasures, is when you put the first letter on 0, it gives you a continuous suspension of flares. When you give it a 1, then it's just one pop. And if for signaling, I wouldn't waste a signaling flare because they are not that effective. And I would say I would pop not 2 but 1 to the side, and that would give a visual reference. I think it facilitates the visual acquisition, but like I don't know if I would use it so often as we did today. Today was mentioned. It was mentioned to be a practice, so we could get used to it and get a grip on it. So we could have, when you do something, not just talk about it. You do it, then you remember it. So that was the point of the flares today. We just should keep in mind that we shouldn't use them so often.
Yeah, I found out that 0 meant continuously when I had 19 flares left.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also forgot because I'm not really used to programs that don't stop after a while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I usually go with the program of 013 or 025, so it gives me continuous. Like we were flying through those valley on Sunday, so I was flying through the valley and popping flares just in case of a manpad. So I would give it a continuous with those. If I give it 025, then it means 2 flares each side, so it means total 4. So that's a heat signature that is almost certainly the manpad will go for it. And then when I have it continuous and you're flying behind me in trail, then you go through that concealment of countermeasure. So when I'm flying the lead, I'm almost programming it to fly a trail. So it will work the same if you have the CAD package and all that, or the weasels flying, then they would. There is not only an engaging aircraft, there is a decoy, and the guy goes into the range of SAM, he pops a cloud of chaff, and then other aircrafts try to fit in or have the chaff cloud screen between the radar source, emission source, and them. So there are different techniques, and they're not that secret. So yeah, we can. I just read a book of a guy who was flying a weasel, and just he confirmed what I've heard before. So if it's public, then I'm just going for it.
As far as I know, the preemptive launch of decoys doesn't work in DCS.
So if it's only aimed at me, then it works?
So basically, instead of preventing them to get a lock, they just fire anyway, and there's a certain chance that the missile will lock on the flares instead of you.
Oh.
But you can block the lock itself by firing off flares. It doesn't work, as far as I know.
That's weird because I was testing it with different systems, and especially for those that are short range, not like Tunguska, because Tunguska was very hard to defeat. But these were like I managed to defeat like 7 missiles on one pass from Avengers, for example.
But Karen says that when it's launched, it's already picked on a flare or you. Is that what you're saying, Karen?
Yeah, basically, as far as I know, I had a friend that did some tests and knew actually a real life pilot that said that basically when you pop a lot of flares, basically you prevent the launcher to lock onto your aircraft. In DCS doesn't work, they fire anyway.
So the missile doesn't change direction from you to a flare. It has
it goes straight to the flare, yeah.
It has already chosen the flare or you from the start.
Yeah, that's what he found out doing these tests.
Okay.
Well, end of the day, as long as you defeat the missile, you're happy anyway. So.
Shit, I must say that the TACV looks way better than we had it last time. Like really better.
But do you have the TAC view? Do you have the TAC view?
Yeah, you want me to upload it?
Yeah, if you don't mind, we can have a quick look.
Yeah, sure, no worries.
Thank you.
Okay, Donkey. That's the same. I want to ask from you. What are your remarks on flying, for everyone and for the entire tactics and procedures we done today?
I found it hard to. I mean, I once I trailed you guys and I got my first circle, I kind of stick to that circle, but I was not really sure on the Abras. I was looking at the Abras at my history, yeah. So I was not really sure if that circle was correct from the start. So I don't know if I was right, and I always had difficulties to know where I was compared to the center of the holding area. So I was just watching you to see where we should be. So I didn't have that much situational awareness of what was on the ground there.
Yeah, I find it that when I was going into the recon, I was like looking through all the systems. Then like scanning the sector was the second thing I did. So that wasn't the priority. Well, I should have left the parameters and look outside the window or through the shell to monitor. So it's a problem. It's a thing that I mean, I need more stick time to get used to this.
But do you think that you remember when I flew with you one of the first times we did some CAS and we were flying circles? I cannot see me being able to do that any time because that is way too hard to get those castles and try and fly as a wingman. Huh?
Well, hard to say to me actually, because when I get the grip on my hull and I'm sure like these parameters, alright, they're steady. I mean, the speed is the same, the bank is the same, and there's no descent or no climb, then okay, I'm ready with noting. So I say to JTAC, oh, okay, go ahead, give me that 9-line, then it's okay. But if I'm...
But maybe one should not care as much about drifting just when you're receiving the cast, and the other should just follow the first man.
Yeah, you had that remark last time. So
yeah, but it's very hard to as a wingman also receive the cast if you want to do a secondary cast receive. That's impossible, I think, to fly formation in a circle and write cast down. It's easier to be the front man for that. Huh?
Yeah, but we're used to fly very close to each other. I think we should just, when we're going combat, let's go combat spread, have those distances, have the reference from time to time on where the other guy is, but don't stick so close.
Yeah, I would think that to minimize problems with losing visual and crashing into the ground while doing this, while receiving CAS, I would recommend us going into a hovering, especially if we're in a forested area where there are no roads and, in the middle of the wilderness on a mountain somewhere. I would think that we would have fewer errors and more precise flying or attacking if we're not doing this. But maybe I'm just doing the easy way out here.
I mean, start slow, then go fast. I would start hover. No worries about that. Let's hover and then start writing it down, getting used to a wheel more, because wheel isn't that easy as it seems. And then just improve as you get better with time. Just that. But
and maybe the CAS, the JTAC could be more slow when doing the KA50s.
You never should prevent yourself from slowing the JTAC down. If he talks too fast, I'm doing it constantly to fighter pilots. I mean, hey man, slow down on me, and he's like, all right, no worries. Like nobody will do it against you guys. And just we need to have it in mind that we're single seaters and rotary wing flying close to the ground, so hover is a good option, and I would go for it for really would go for it. Well, battle positions and holding areas. If you read through those references I gave in ConOp, then you'll see that the holding area is for either you can land in there or hover and just maintain the RPM and parameters to instantly take the action. So nothing prevents us from hovering, especially that K50 is very good in hovering in relation to like Apache. That's two-seater. That's way better parameters in hover for K50 here.
But Q, we're talking about Q. He said he was more like going for that we should never ever hover. So
here's what I'm
he's one of those. I don't know if he has a good point. I mean, but I'm thinking that we have less risk of chaos and shooting friendlies and all that if we take the risk of hovering, especially if we are in the wilderness, but not above a city. That would be unrealistic, huh?
Yeah. Well, Q's gonna be commander now, so less worries with him. But what I would say, what I saw, is that well, Apaches were hovering all the time, although when they're in a safety, like the holding area is safety, basically, or is at least local secured, then you're hovering, and it's just everyone benefits from hovering, and it makes things easier, as you say, about writing and managing the systems and all that. But combat-wise, everyone wants to go away from the hover because even when you shoot Hellfire, you can lose the lock because of the temperature, the heat wave that comes with the missile. So everyone tries to not to hover, but to maintain speed to launch it. The same goes with the Vigor. When you launch it and you're in a zero speed climb and all that hover, you can see that the smoke obscures your fall, and it's normal thing. But real time, you would lose the lock because the laser will not go through the smoke. It will stop on the cloud. So that missile would be ineffective if you have it in the screen.
Oh, okay. I didn't think about that.
So for combat-wise, everyone wants to be mobile, and you want to fly as low. I mean, the nap of Earth, flying very low, that's what you're going for right now. But during the briefs, taking the brief from the JTAG, I think we can find a solution. Like you can find a concealment or a safe location where you can do it from a hover. I don't think we'll have problems with that. And on our first run, we've done with the rifle that JTAG at the range 2 Alpha, Argo also. We had the racetrack established, and it was freaking hard for me to keep that racetrack and have all the 4 ships flying with us. I don't know who I flew with, but that was 2 K-50s, two MI8s flying all together.
Yeah, I was with that.
Oh, okay. So that was World of Travel that day.
Yeah. I just faked taking the cast brief. I just say, yeah, I got it. It was impossible to fly trail.
Well, what wingman needs to worry about is line 4 and 6, and maybe 8, the things that you read back from, because you don't care about line 1 and 2 and 3 because the lead will lead you from those, and you care about 4, 6, and 8 because that might be requested a readback.
Yep.
So these are really easy to write down. Yeah. Okay. Donkey. Anything else?
No more.
Cool. Nope. Lion?
No.
Okay.
It's fine.
So I'm reviewing the TAC view, and I saw that I tend to cut through your path quite a lot, or maybe basically like doing a sort of yo-yo on the horizontal plane, depending on if I'm too fast or too slow. So if we keep like 180 degrees between two couples when we hold the pattern is great, because the wingman doesn't have to struggle, especially for number 3 and number 4. They will struggle a lot if number 2, is changing his path quite a lot to adjust to number 1. See what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So TAC view, for example, the first racetrack, the first holding pattern I tried to do it with the, I don't remember with what, the second one was pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, every now and then.
Where are you at now in my minutes? I just started talking. Where are we?
So for example, 6, 4. You know what? No, let's use the one. 1 hour and 47.
Roger.
I tried to use. I don't remember what I used actually, but I wasn't really comfortable. Then I tried to use the flight director, and was pretty good. Although every now and then I had to adjust. Probably because of the wind. So yeah, maybe staying, having a bit more space between the two couples is great.
Yeah, we should give it a name, like let's hold the wheel halfway separation or something like that. I don't know, half wheel separation, whatever. That everyone will know that we need to be like 180 degree on that circle on the opposite side.
And I don't know if it's your twist or something. I noticed that basically, all the time, whenever we had an holding pattern, I tend to cut through your path. For example, at 2 hours.
Well, it happens momentarily, and it might happen. I don't know. Well, it's still simulator, and I don't have the VR, and I don't know how it would work in the VR, but I bet it gives you a better references.
But yeah, end of the day, since we have a bit of space between the two couples, it's not a big deal because number 3 is not gonna struggle even more than number 2. and not to mention number 4.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well-
it's just 2x2 ship holding, and just keeping the wheel opposite side of the wheel. That's just easy.
Yeah, the worst one has been the last holding pattern. Yeah, I couldn't stay, very close to you because you kept, of course, accelerating and decelerating because the terrain wasn't even.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was like a rubber band, getting a bit
You know
closer.
what
And then
I think that that Donkey made a good decision stacking us up, and us being on the top, on the bottom, and then on the top, because what we could have done at that time, we could have went our own separation in the wheel, having us both of us on the opposite side. So we have to consider that. So we're stacked up, and then we're halfway through the wheel, and in that cramped space, it just facilitates safety and visual contact. I think, because I wasn't able to track you, and I couldn't, that well maintain the parameters of flight, and basically I think that might work better than flying trail 2 ship, and then the other 2 ship above. And the next thing I find really hard for me is flying high. Basically, there's no reference that I can follow, no turning around the treetops and all that. You just fly straight parameters. That's difficult now.
yeah, the
I
wind
get-
is much worse.
Guys, I have to go. See you next time.
Yeah, see you then.
Yeah,
Yo, bye-bye.
same. Gotta go.
Yeah,
It's
take care.
quite late. Alright, when the streaming has been, when YouTube has done his things, I'll share the link. So thank you very much, and good night.
Thank you. Until next
good
time.
night.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.